Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna be looking at Star Wars The Black Series Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi. Now this is a deluxe set that originally was released in 2021 and is now re-released in 2023 as a part of 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. It's a completely new, remolded, retooled version of Boba Fett figure, and in my opinion this is one of the best Black Series figures that we got to date. The sculpt is beautiful, proportions are great, his colors stand out on the shelf. There is a lot of chipping on his armor and on his helmet. The only thing that Hasbro could have done to make this figure look even better is a little bit of dry brushing on his undersuit, then all of these wrinkles and sculpted details would come out on the surface. But that for me is the only issue that I have with this figure. If it's something that bothers you, you can do that by yourself. Dry brushing is not something that's hard to do. But other than that, this is just a beautiful, beautiful 6-inch Boba Fett figure. In terms of articulation, his helmet, obviously this rangefinder, can be pulled down because there is a hinge here. His head does rotate 360. There is actually a sculpted Boba Fett head inside of the helmet, but it's glued so that the helmet can't be removed. You do get a joint at the top of his neck and at the bottom, so combined together you do get a great range of looking up, but not so much looking down. So you can get him to look straightforward. But when you look at the neck, there is a seam line here at the back, a seam line of his costume. If you turn the neck around so that that seam line is in the front, and then you turn the head forward, now you get a much better range down. At his shoulders, the arm rotates 360. This shoulder pauldron doesn't hinder the movement that much because it's part of his overlay that goes over his torso. You can get that T-pose out of this Boba. There is no bicep swivel, but there is a swivel in the elbow, and it is a single elbow, but it gives you a great range of movement. You have to be careful when bending his right arm because of these tubes or wires that are a part of his gauntlet. The gauntlet does rotate as well, and then in his hands you do get a trigger finger. You do get movement of up and down, and on the other one it's in and out. There is not much movement in his torso, so you can't make him to crunch forward. There is a little bit to the back, so you can get this range out of it. There is a swivel at the base of his upper body, so you can turn it side to side. Down here at his legs, there is no drop down. He can kick forward this much, but back movement is limited. The legs can go far out, and all of this movement is something that was really limited on the first release of Hasbro's Black Series Boba Fett from The Empire Strikes Back, because the costume design is obviously different on this version, so there is no hindrance with those pouches that previous version has. There is a thigh swivel that is cleverly hidden here at the top of these pouches, and then at the knees we get a single bend that gives us this much. There is also a swivel in the knee. The feet move back this much and forward this much, and then we do get a great ankle pivot. With this being a deluxe set, Boba Fett comes with a great range of accessories. First, he comes with his jetpack. The color on jetpack is really nice, and the rocket is removable. As you can see, it would be great if they gave us some kind of a blasting effect. But what we do get out of the effects are these two jet blast effects that go into these thrusters. We get a fire effect for his gauntlet, and the paint is really nice on this effect as well. We get a grappling hook that attaches to his gauntlet, and it's not a wire, it's just a piece of string. Maybe it would be better if it was wire, it would be more posable. Then you get his trusty blaster. that has a nice dry brushing on it. You get another version of the same blaster, but it's the one that is cut in half so that you can recreate that scene on Jabba's sail barge with Luke Skywalker. There is this yellow color on both parts that should represent the metal being cut in half and burned from the lightsaber, and there is a peg here that goes into this hole so that you can attach two pieces together, but it's meant to, you know, be cut in half. So those are the accessories that come with this deluxe Boba Fett. Now let's compare this Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi with some other figures. Here is Return of the Jedi Black Series Boba Fett with the Black Series AliExpress bootleg The Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett and the Black Series Book of Boba Fett Boba Fett, the SH Figure Arts Beskar Mandalorian and the Black Series Beskar Mandalorian, the Black Series Imperial Stormtrooper and the Mafex Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett. And then here he is with Bandai Model Kit Darth Vader and the SH Figure Arts Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. And finally here he is with Marvel Legends movie Deadpool and NECA Mirage Comics bootleg Raphael. All in all, Hasbro made a beautiful Boba Fett figure from Return of the Jedi. They made a completely new sculpt because the first one was just awful in terms of articulation especially, so they really killed it with this one. Unfortunately, it is a deluxe set. It has a higher price range, but it's more acceptable when you get a lot of good stuff with the figure in terms of accessories. And this guy really comes with a lot of cool little accessories that can give you a lot of posing options, and that's always great. So it's good to see that they are re-releasing this figure in the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So if you don't have this guy in your collection, I would say that it's a strong recommendation that you get him. As far as the posing video for this figure goes, I already made that video. I will put a card up there and the link will be down in the description so you can check it out. But that's all I wanted to say for this video. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the next one.